Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Don't forget to subscribe and tap on that notification bell, and let us get right into today's video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my toes with you guys, and it is very kind of awkward because not many people like toes, so please be gentle. Anyway, I'm going to start off by filing off the previous design, and for this I'm going to be using my hand file. I am using my hand file because in the position that I'm in, trying to do my toes and record all at once, I just wasn't comfortable and confident enough to use my e-file, so I played it safe with the hand file. Now the set that I am filing off, I'd never to really record it, but I do have some pictures of it on my Instagram if you would like to see more of it. So once I'm done filing off the gel polish on my small toes, I'm going to go ahead and file the poly gel on my big toe. So on my big toes, I started using poly gel to reinforce the nail and give it more strength, because I would bump it on a lot of stuff, either when I'm passing by the fridge or the wall or anything. So I just decided to reinforce it because it would chip or I would literally break my nail, and I didn't like that. Sometimes it would hurt, sometimes it wouldn't, but just to avoid all of that, I started reinforcing my nails, and it has really helped me a lot. So I do hope that if you do have the same issue as me, this could really help you a lot. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my cuticle pusher and push back the cuticles on all my nails, also using the opposite end to scrape off that dead skin that I can get, and also go underneath the nails just to clean up any dirt that could be there. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to be going in with my e-file and a sanding band and just gently buff off the shine on the nails to also help remove the pieces of gel polish that I left behind, because I didn't want to just overfire my natural nail. And then I'm also going to try and push the cuticle further back, and also remove some of the dead skin that could be around the cuticle. And then once I'm done, I'm going to go in with my brush and remove the dust. And then I'm going to be going in with my e-file and a flame bit to just get closer to the cuticle and remove the dirt that I couldn't get to with the mandrel bit. This really helps prevent lifting, so you need to invest your time and incorporate this into your prep. So I'm going to dust off, and then I'm going to go in with the scraping side of my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to go in on the side walls of my big toe. It is more of a deeper part, so I'm just going to remove the dust that gets in there. And then I'm also going to be going in with a hand file and just trim down my nails. I do like to keep my toenails on the shorter side and more of a square shape. I'm trimming them and reshaping them so that the gel polish looks nice, clean and flawless. So after filing down my nails, I'm going to remove the dust. And then I'm going to go in with a wipe and some acetone to just cleanse the nail, dehydrate it as well, and just to get into those places and make sure there's absolutely no dust on the nails at all. And then I'm going to also go in with the scraping part just to be more thorough. And then after that, I'm going to go in with some primer. I'm going to be reapplying the polygel on my big toe. It had been like 3 refills, so 3 or 2 refills. So I just removed the polygel entirely, and now I'm going to be reapplying it. So to start off, I'm just going to do a nice thin coat of primer and then let it dry, and then I'm going to go in with a coat of base coat, cure that for about 60 seconds, and then I'll be going in with my polygel. So for the polygel application, I'm going to be using my acetone as my slip solution. That has really worked well for me. It really changed the game for me when it came to polygel application. So for that, I'm going to be using this polygel from Wendy. It is a brand that I honestly don't know where it's from, the brand, but I got it at my local supply store and I really liked the consistency. It just worked well and it was really clear. That's what I liked about it the most. It would be perfect for encapsulating any nail art or anything, honestly. It is just amazing. So I'm just going to start off by putting a bit of that on the nail, and then I'm going to use this brush, dip it in the acetone, just drain it a bit, and then I'm going to spread the polygel to the rest of the nail just to cover it, and then I'm going to pat it properly around the cuticle area. After that, I'm going to go over the polygel and just smooth it out. Now I did use a bit too much polygel, and I like to keep my polygel on my toes on the thin side, so I decided to just drag the excess parts off towards the free edge, and then I scoop it off and just remove it. Then I'm just running the brush over the polygel just to make it a bit smoother, honestly, and then cleaning up the sides as well as underneath the nail, just in case any polygel did get in there. So once I'm satisfied with the application, I'm going to cure that for 90 seconds, and then I'm going to go in with a wipe and some acetone and to remove the tacky layer that the polygel leaves behind once it's cured. And then I'll be going in with my hand file and just reshaping the nail, starting off by filing the free edge to maintain the shape. And then I'm going to go over the surface of the nail to smooth it out. Yes, even though my application was on the better, smoother side, I still want to go in with my hand file and just ensure that I have a nice smooth surface for my gel polish. I will be dusting off in between just to make sure that I see clearly what I'm doing, because I do not want to hurt myself just because I can't see where I'm filing. And then I'm going to dust off one last time, and then I'm going to go in with my e-file and this cylindrical bit. It is a diamond bit, if I believe. And then I'm just going to use it to like further smooth out and to also get into those deep corners of my toes, because those parts are where I could get lifting if there is any polygel that is left there or is touching the skin in any way. Then once I'm done, I'm going to use a wipe and some acetone and also just dust off the nails, the small toes, because from the filing the dust got on there. That is why I decided to just start with the polygel application first. Now I'm going to go in with a coat of primer on all my small toes. I'm not going to prime the big toes since I already did that when I applied the gel polish. Once the primer is dried enough, I'm going to go in with a layer of base coat on all my nails, including the big toe. I do this because even if you buff the nail and get it smooth and everything, I always feel like it's just not smooth enough, and I don't want to have to do too many coats to cover the scratches and everything. So I just go in with a layer of base coat, a thin layer of base coat, to just level everything out. And then I'm going to cure that for 30, no, not 30, for 60 seconds. And then it is time for the nail art part. So for the nail art part, I really didn't like have any solid idea. So I came in with two different ideas in mind. So for that, I would need some white gel polish, my black gel polish, as well as the brownish maroon gel polish. The Bling, no, the white gel polish is from Bling, and then the others are just from a brand that I get at my local supply, and it is called Lily Angels. So to start off, I'm just going to apply a layer of white onto my big toe. I wanted to start with my big toe just to experiment and see if I liked the nail art that I would start off with. So to start off, I'm going to try the cow print one. I had a cow print idea in mind, which would be the white as the base, and then I would use the brownish maroonish color as the cow print. So I did that. I cured my white, even cleaned it up and then cured it, and then I went in with the gel polish, the maroon gel polish. And to say I was confused would be an understatement. Like, I really, really had no idea what I wanted to do. So I used my dotting tool to just try and put on those cow print blobs of polish onto the nail, and I just didn't like it. I felt like I wasn't getting it right. I didn't know whether I was putting them the right way, or it was too much gel polish, or my gel polish was a bit too thick. I didn't know, but what I do know that is that I didn't like it at all. So I removed it and started over again. Well, I just removed the maroon color first. So when I removed the previous design, I noted that my white gel polish hadn't cured properly. So I ignored that for a while. It didn't cure because I used one thick coat instead of two. So learn from my mistakes and use two coats. But I ignored that for the time being because I wanted to see if I would actually like the second design before before removing the white and starting over. So the second design was this zebra pattern that I saw on Pinterest and I really liked. And when I was trying it out, I used my liner brush to just try and draw those wavy lines on the nails using the black gel polish. And I didn't like it, honestly. And I thought maybe it is because my strokes are too thin. So I went and got a thicker brush from one of my liners and tried using that. But I still didn't like it. Like I really just it wasn't sitting well with me, honestly. So I had to go back to the drawing board and find a whole new design because the ones that I started with, that I had in mind when I started, I just didn't like. Like, look at this. Look at this. It just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't really doing it for me. So, yeah, I went ahead and removed that and just filed off the white and started over. So I went on Pinterest, brainstormed some ideas, racked my brain until I thought of something, and I decided to just do the whole set white. That is why I'm going to be painting my small toes and big toe white, all of them. And because I didn't want my polish not to cure, I did two coats. I just removed the excess on my brush and then I did a nice thin coat on all my toes, curing in between some of them. Sometimes I would paint the first two, cure, and then do the others, cure, and then come back for the second coat. It is just a process, but you really do want to do two coats with a very pigmented colors like white, black, even some blues. Some colors actually do that, just depending on how pigmented they actually are. So you need to be very, very considerate of that when applying your gel polish. So as I was applying the white gel polish, I was being sure to clean any spillage that I would get. I was using the scraper part of my cuticle pusher, and I would also dip my brush in acetone and go around the cuticle area just to make sure that they come out nice, clean, and neat. After applying the gel polish, I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 90 seconds just to be safe, and then I'm going to go in with the second coat, still making sure that I clean up any spillage around the nails or the cuticle area whatsoever, just to be clean and to avoid any lifting. Securing the second coat of white gel polish, it is now time for me to get into the design. So I decided to do a marble kind of thing, and for that I'm going to need 3 different colors and some glitter. The colors being white and 2 different shades of turquoise blue. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yes, 2 different shades of that blue, one on the darker side, the other on the lighter side. And then I'm going to put those onto my palette thing that I use for mixing. And then I'm going to add some of this silver glitter gel polish. Just add a bit of it onto that mix, just to I wanted the marble part to have this sparkle in it. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to use my dotting tool to just mix that up. And I think I kind of mixed it a little too much, so it kind of like changed into one color. And then I'm going to get my gel brush, and before that I'm going to apply some top coat onto the nail to kind of, it is my, because I don't have blooming gel, I use top coat. It also helps the gel polish to just disperse onto the nail, not as well as blooming gel obviously, but it is a good substitute when you don't have the blooming gel. So applying a layer of that, I did a nice generous layer of the top coat, and then I'm not going to cure it, and then I'm going to get my gel brush and just scoop some of that gel polish that I mixed up, and then I'm going to apply that. It will help apply it in a way that you would like or whatever. I chose to do kind of like this side outline of the nail on the outer side of my toe. So I did that and just spread it nicely and neatly according to what I wanted it to be. And then I went in and got my gel, no, my, oh my god, my liner brush, yeah. My liner brush, and then I put some of the white because I felt like it was just too on the blue side. And then I would get some streaks of the white and just added it into the mix and just blended it a little bit. And then I also got some of the darker blue, and then I added some of the silver as well because it just wasn't sparkling enough. After that, I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to get some foil, and be sure to cure that for as long as possible because that is a mix of colors. Depending on how much top coat and color you put in there, you really need to cure that properly and thoroughly so it doesn't wrinkle up or whatever. Just cure it for the longest round. You could do 2 minutes as well if you prefer. And then I'm going to be taking my foil, and I'm using this this one. It is gold on both sides. I prefer using this one just in case maybe I put like it flips over while I'm trying to place it. I don't want the other side to be silver because I want gold. And then when I was placing this, normally I just place it directly onto the gel polish without applying anything. That is because most of my gel polishes have that tacky layer on them, which is why I always feel like I don't need to add an extra layer of whether base coat or whatever. I feel like the gel polish is enough. But what I noted was with this white, because I recently got this white and this was the first time using it, it does not have a tacky layer like at all. That is why I was struggling to get my foil to stick onto it, and then I realized, and then I decided to just go in with some base coat instead onto the parts where I needed it to be. And then I used that base coat without curing it, applied a bit of it, and then I placed the foil. And with what I like about that method is that you get to move the foil around, which I honestly like because sometimes I place it and I don't like the placement of it, and if I have the opportunity to move it around, I like that. And then because I felt like the set was a bit too plain, I went ahead and added some of the gold foil onto my middle toe and the pinky toe. I don't know if that sounds right, but yeah, just to add a bit of sparkle and some color because it just felt a little bit too dull for my liking. After doing that, I cured for about it was 60 seconds because of the base coat, and then I will be going in with some top coat on all the nails, making sure to get it on all the crevices of the nail and just not wanting to miss any spots. I'm going to cure that for 90 seconds, and then I'm going to go in with my hand file and just reshape the nails, filing the free edge and the side walls a little bit, because I do feel like when you apply gel polish, it kind of like changes your shape a little bit. So I do file after top coat just to make sure they look extra neat. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to dust off, and then I'll be going in with my cuticle oil on the cuticles, just putting a nice generous amount on that, just to moisturize the skin from the dryness, from all that acetone and everything that I was using while doing my nails. And then I'm going to rub that in using my finger, and that basically concludes today's video. I do hope that you liked it, and this is how the nails turned out. So I do think that they turned out quite cute, and I don't know if I'll be doing another white set on myself, but yeah. So leave a comment on how you think the set could have been better, or how you think it turned out, any tips, anything at all, and I will be sure to reply. So that is basically it for this video, you guys. I do hope that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.